it all began? Father's Day. How did it all begin? It was way back in 1910. A lady, go to the next slide, please. A lady whose name was Sonora Dodd. This lady was sitting down for the Mother's Day service, and the pastor was preaching in the church on the Mother's Day. And as the pastor was preaching on the values and virtues of mothers, this woman, her thought went to her father. You know, there are times in life when pastor is preaching and you are hearing another message. What pastor is saying, no, from the pastor's message, you are hearing a different message. That was her story. As the pastor was preaching on Mother's Day, her thought went to her father, who raised 6 children, and she was one of them, in a godly way. The man you see there was William Henry Jackson, an American Civil War veteran, who raised 6 children, and Sonora was one of them. And he raised them well, in the way of the Lord. So as the pastor was preaching, her mind went to her father. And then she thought, you know what? There should be something like Father's Day as well. And at that time, Mother's Day was only 2 years old. And she thought there should be a Father's Day as well. And after the service, she went to the pastor. She said, Pastor, you know what? There's an idea in me that fathers also ought to be celebrated. And that idea gained a wide acceptance. People accepted it. And for the first time, in 1910, over a century ago now, because of this lady's simple idea, Father's Day came into being. Now, why 3rd Sunday in June of every year? Her father was born on the 19th of June, the 3rd Sunday of June. That's why the lady dedicated that 3rd Sunday of every June in every year to Father's Day. And 65 years later, the then President of America, Lyndon Johnson, made a proclamation as a national holiday. Although it's not a statutory, it's not a public holiday, but it's a national day in the US. 56 years later, after the idea came, and she made, the bill was passed in the Congress, and it has come to stay from that time. You will get ideas. You see how little ideas come up in people. And today I'm just telling you about her story. You see how ideas are brought out. You can easily make history in life. I pray for somebody in this meeting. Ideas that you have never imagined will be generated in this place. In the name of Jesus. Amen. When you come to church, ideas will be birthed in you. Amen. Business ideas. Ideas that will base the world. Why? We are in God's presence. And today we are singing the story of this young lady. She's got to be with the Lord now. But she's also in the annals of history today. A man, a war veteran, who raised 6 children, and in the way of the Lord. And that's how Father's Day came into being. I salute all the fathers in the house, and I pray that the worth of fathers, the values and virtues of fathers, will be your portion in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Can I hear you say amen?
Amen.
We live in a fatherless generation now. We live in a very, very fatherless generation, where fathers are too busy. As long as there is food on the table, as long as they can provide good education, as long as they can provide shelter for the children, they are okay. But there is more to fatherhood than that. This morning when I woke up, I said, God, I thank you. You are my father. If you want to know what fatherhood looks like, just look at your father in heaven. You will have a good idea of father. I say thank you. Without you, I wouldn't know what a father looked like. But this morning, I want us to embrace the fatherhood that God has brought us into. Look, listen to me, George. There was a young boy who asked his father, he said, Dad, how much does your company pay you per hour in your office? And the father looked at the boy and shrugged it off. The little boy, what do you know about hourly rate? And then he asked the father again. He said, Dad, how much is it that they pay you per hour at work? After some pressure, the man said, he gave a certain amount, a certain number of some dollars. You know what the boy said? Can I pay you for 1 hour of your time? And you know what that means? That boy was already languishing in the pain that he can't have his father. If it is only $25 per hour, can I pay you $35 so that I can have 1 hour of your time? You can see the tragedy in the heart of the young boy. And another one is struck a bargain with his father. And they were trying to mow the lawn. And the father said, I'm going to give you 50 cents for you to sweep the sidewalk as I'm mowing the lawn. And the bargain was struck and everybody was happy. And the job was coming to an end. And the boy said, Dad, you don't have to pay me. Just play with me in a basketball game. Take your 50 cents. Just play basketball with me. And it will be okay. You know what the boy is saying? Money is not time. Time is not money. 50 cents can go. But I need it, Dad. That is the yearning in the heart of our generation, of the children of our time. They want their father. They want to have a connection with their father. Praise God. And I come to realize that there's a difference between dad and father. When I say, hi dad, hi father, what does that suggest to you? When you say hi dad, I can see some relationship there. Hi father, father has many children. Who is a father? A father is someone who believes if he can donate his sperm to make a creation, he has done his duty to life. A father is only on the biological term. That's a father. A father is only a donor. It's not a contributor. A father is a supplier, not a provider. Who is a dad? A dad is someone who provides, who caters. Not only the 3 necessities of life, food, shelter, clothing, no, they go further, giving spiritual direction, guiding their children, giving them parental care. A dad is someone who is deeply connected with his children. It's my prayer this morning. You will not just be a father, you will be a good father.
Amen.
Who is a dad? A dad is a good father. A dad is a good father. There are 4 types of fathers that are recognized. Number 1, our heavenly Father. Our Father who art in heaven. That's our Father. In John chapter 20 verse 17, when Jesus came out of the grave and Mary wanted to grab him, he said, don't touch me yet. I will. Can you go there, sir? John 20 verse 17, he said, don't touch me now, because I've not ascended unto my Father, but go and tell my brethren, I am going to my Father and your Father. Who? I am going to your God and my God. What a privilege that Jesus' Father is your Father.
Hallelujah.
Jesus' God is your God.
Hallelujah.
I am going to my Father and your Father. Not just only my Father and your Father. I'm going to your God and my God. That is the privileged position that we have occupied. That Jesus' Father is my Father and Jesus' God is my God. So, the first type of father is our heavenly Father. Blessed be God. Number 2, biological father. That one we can relate with. We know that one. Whether good or bad. Father number 3, your spiritual father. Oh, Elijah said, my father, the chariot of fire and the horsemen thereof. Elijah wasn't the one who gave birth to Elisha, but he recognized him as his father. My father, my father. Yes, God is our heavenly Father. There are earthly fathers as well. We call them spiritual fathers, who guide you, who counsel. Number 4, father figure. Father figure are the substitute to your biological father, who can relate with you on a much deeper psychological and emotional level. When your biological father is not there and you have a father figure, you won't even feel it. And when some of us have them, your father is not here, but there is a father for you in Canada, and you have a father in Guelph. So those are the 4 types of father, and the 4 must be appreciated. How do we appreciate them? Listen to me, children. How do you appreciate your father? By honoring them and respecting them. In fact, that is one of the 10 of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother, that it may be well with you and that you may live long. So the panacea to longevity of life is for you to honor your father and your mother. Can I hear somebody say amen?
Amen.
Oh, how do I honor my father? Do what he asks you to do. Do what he asks you to do. Hallelujah. Amen. Celebrate them, value them, give them the best wishes of the time. Show them that you love them, you appreciate them, thank them for fathering you. That is the best way to do it. And if God gives you the capacity, give them a gift. But much more than gift, your word. Now I read to you this morning. And thank you every one of you that sent me text. I appreciate every one of them. I've gotten them. And they go into my record. The Lord bless you. Amen. Come on now. I say God bless you. Amen. I want to read one to you. So, I mean, this is more than anything to me. I got it very early this morning. And I think I wanted to read it to you. Listen to this. Listen to this. Now, I mean, this makes me happy. Only happy Father's Day to my spiritual father. Indeed, I bless God for blessing me with an awesome father like you. Now, who will hear that and not be happy? I was excited. You are an awesome example to me. I love your heart towards God. I am always touched and moved when I see you shed tears in God's presence. It is rare to see men shed tears. Only a broken man can do that. Thank you, Daddy, for loving me. Also, thank you, Daddy, for loving our mommy and showing us how God loves the church. I will always be grateful to God for giving me you. Now, this is not money, this is a word that somebody sent my way today. Now, she continued. Now, not my biological children, I mean spiritual, one of you. Now, I told my wife, I said, "Hey, this one, it just made my day as a father. So I'm waiting for another Father's Day in 2020. Are you with me? You can bless someone with your words, sir. This is more than money to me. Because these are carefully crafted words. Value the fathers in your life. Both biological, both heavenly, both spiritual and figure. Send them your best wishes. Tell them you remember them. Your father may be old and he doesn't know what his Father's Day. Explain to him that in Canada, today is Father's Day and this is what it means. Everything is no money, sir. Now, the lady continued. On this special day, your gift will be delivered to you from above. I have asked heaven to deliver supernatural wisdom to you, to father all your many children. For your name is now Abraham. So I got a new name today. I just got a new name today. He said, for your name is now Abraham. God is about to overcome for you. One thing is sure, as your enlargement is here, you will know what to do, when to do, and where to do, and how to do it. Can you say amen for me? Amen. Supernatural wisdom at work in you. Heaven on earth operation. Happy Father's Day. Now, this is a word that was sent to me that gladdens my heart. Now, if you say this to your heavenly Father, or your earthly Father, or your father figure, he will bless you. Hallelujah. Amen. So, value them, sir. Value them. Because they will bless you more and more. That's how to go about it. Can I hear somebody say amen? Amen. Now, listen to this. Give me that slide on my... I put a story there. Very interesting story. Matt traveled to Florida. I left home on Monday morning on a 1-week vacation to Florida. He flew down there. And then the father expected him to call when he gets there. But Matthew didn't call. And then the father expected him to call when he gets there. The father asked the mother if Matt had called, and the mother affirmed, said yes. The father said, okay. By Thursday of that week, the father asked Matt, the siblings, if they are hearing from him, and they also affirmed yes, Matt is doing well. The daddy said, okay. But Matt and father never spoke for 1 week. Father asked John, one of the siblings, to go and pick him up from the airport. And when Matt came home, Matt was not happy that his father didn't call him all through the week while he was away. The father was not happy that Matt didn't call him while he was on that vacation. And now the issue became, you should have called me. Matt was saying, Daddy, you too should have called me. Daddy said, no, when you get to Florida, you should have called me. And it became back and forth. And then the father asked the mother, what do you say to this? Praise God. Guess who apologized to who? Come and talk to me. Who apologized to who? Oh, okay. Who is supposed to call? Let me ask you. Sorry? Matt? Here? Both? No, one person now. Who is supposed to call who? If you say father there, who is supposed to call who? Matt. Thank you. I hear Matt.
Father.
Anyway, the bottom line was that it was the father who apologized. Okay, I'm sorry. Praise God. That's a good father. That's one. And the good father is a dad. The father's blessing. What is a father's blessing? In 2 minutes. We'll talk more about this next Sunday. What is a father's blessing? The father's blessing produces other blessings. The father's blessing, when you get it, that was the reality of what Esau and Jacob are looking for. Please get it for me. Genesis 27, verse 28 and 29. The father's blessing. They are not too many, just one. And when you get that one, you are okay for the rest of your life. Esau know it. Jacob knew it. And they were all running for the blessing. But Jacob got it. Look at that scripture. Therefore, God give thee. Now, this is the blessing of Isaac upon Jacob. And as the father in the house, I'm going to release this blessing on your life in a minute. The Lord give thee the dew of heaven. You know what that means? Open heaven. And the fatness of the earth. Number 3, may God give you plenty of corn and wine. Now, this may not mean much to you. Let me use your tongue. May the Lord give you plenty of dollars. Yeah. I know that's what is called, what is mine. May God give you plenty of dollars and wine in the name of Jesus. Number 3 or number 4, let people serve thee. Carefully choosing blessing. Let the nations bow down to you. May you be Lord over your brethren. Cause is everyone that causes you. And blessed is it that blesses you. If you look at the first 5 components of those blessings, very great. But the last one, very good. Don't forget last Sunday, the blessings of God make it rich without any sorrow. Now, so the last segment is what secures the blessing. Nobody, no curses come near you. Whoever curses you is cursed. Whoever blesses you is blessed. That is the security of the blessings that the Lord has given you. Can I conclude this way? A good father will hold very dearly to his heart what he leaves in his children rather than what he leaves for them. A good father will care more about what he leaves inside of him rather than what he leaves for them. We want to leave estate for our children. Great. Leave good education for them. Great. We want to leave money for them. Great. You only leave those ones for them. What are you leaving in them? What you leave in them will last and will outlast what you leave for them. I'm just believing God for your life that as you are struggling to make the best for them, please, may you, by the power of the Almighty God, leave something in your children. Amen. So that when after you are gone, what you leave in them will last them all eternity.
Yes, Lord.
The Father's blessing. Rise up on your feet as I pronounce this blessing over your life.